What is Chris Hemsworth's net worth and salary? The richest pumped-up actor? Stay tuned to learn more about the lives of rich people. Hello dear friends, Chris Hemsworth is an Australian actor and model. His fortune is estimated at $130 million. Perhaps best known for his role as Thor in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Chris Hemsworth has achieved a remarkable presence in the film industry as one of Hollywood's leading actors. He has proven his range and versatility as an actor, playing roles in a variety of films that challenge him to transcend his superhero persona. Early years. Chris Hemsworth was born on August 11, 1983 in Melbourne, Australia. Chris has two brothers, an older brother and a younger brother, both of whom are also actors. Chris Hemsworth first grew up exploring the famous Australian outback, living on pastures near the desert among bison and crocodiles. His family then returned to Melbourne, where he attended high school. His family subsequently moved again to the Northern Territory and then to Phillip Island. Early career. Chris Hemsworth began his acting career with various appearances on Australian television shows. These included roles in shows such as Saddle Club, Guinevere Jones, Neighbours and Martial Law. Chris Hemsworth took a big step forward when he auditioned for a role on the major Australian soap opera Home and Away. He ended up getting a recurring role and appeared in 171 episodes. He left the show of his own volition in 2007 because he wanted to explore more serious issues. Breakthrough. Although Home and Away added to Hemsworth's fame and gave him the time he needed to hone his acting skills, working in Hollywood was an entirely different challenge. Those who worked in the American film industry were generally unfamiliar with Australian television, so Hemsworth was essentially starting from scratch. His breakthrough came when he took on the role of George Kirk, James Kirk's father, in 2009's Star Trek, a role previously turned down by Matt Damon. Although Hemsworth appeared in the film for only 5 minutes, it was enough to get many people interested in the promising actor. That same year, he continued his early success with a role in The Perfect Escape. In 2010, he landed another role in the movie Cash. At this point, many predicted that Hemsworth would soon become a Hollywood star. They were right. Hemsworth's biggest role came in 2011 when he played the role of Thor. Hemsworth was instantly in the Hollywood spotlight, and he reprised his role in such films as The Avengers, Thor 2: Kingdom of Darkness, Avengers: Age of Ultron, Thor: Ragnarok, Avengers: Infinity War, and Avengers: The Final. Hemsworth has had considerable success outside of the Marvel Cinematic Universe as well. Films such as Cabin in the Woods, Rush, and Vacation have earned Hemsworth critical acclaim. Although they have enjoyed less critical praise and box office success, Hemsworth has also appeared in such films as Red Dawn, Black Hat, Into the Heart of the Sea, Snow White and the Huntsman, Hunter: Winter's War, Ghostbusters, and Men in Black International. Around 2018, it was announced that Hemsworth would star in 2 more films, Evacuation and Thor: Love and Thunder. Personal life. In 2010, Chris Hemsworth began dating Spanish actress Elsa Pataky. In the same year, they got married. Later, they had 3 children and moved from Los Angeles to Australia. Income. Chris Hemsworth has the biggest salaries in Hollywood. In 2013 alone, Chris Hemsworth earned $58 million thanks to his roles in Rush and Thor. Between June 2016 and June 2017, Chris earned $30 million from various events. From June 2017 to June 2018, he earned $65 million. Between June 2018 and June 2019, Chris earned $75 million, giving him the 24th highest paid celebrity on Forbes' list. Real estate. In 2013, Chris paid $4.8 million for a house in the Point Dume neighborhood of Malibu. The seller was fellow Australian icon Paul Hogan. Just 3 years later, Chris sold that house for $7 million, which was actually $500,000 higher than the asking price. Back in Australia, Chris reportedly spent $15 million to build a large mansion in Byron Bay, New South Wales. Today, that house is worth about $30 million. The property, which sits on 4 acres, has a 160-foot rooftop landscape pool. Elsewhere in the house is a bowling alley with 2 lanes. They spent about $500,000 on the landscaping alone. In November 2021, Chris reportedly paid $15 million for the 1,300-acre property in northeastern Tasmania. The property has 2 miles of oceanfront. Actor Chris Hemsworth puts Malibu home up for sale for $6.5 million. A movie buff with $6.5 million burning a hole in his or her pocket is on for a treat. For just $6.5 million, they can own the gym along with the rest of the house, where the Avenger and Asgard god Thor, also known as actor Chris Hemsworth, once worked out. Sounds pretty cool, doesn't it? Well, get it right. Thor, who has since returned to Australia with his wife Elsa Pataki, bought the house 3 years ago from another legendary movie character, Crocodile Dundee, also known as actor Paul Hogan. If that's not enough to interest a wealthy movie buff, the house is stunning. The restored Victorian home sits on a beautiful acreage on Point Dume, a promontory on the Malibu coast that juts into the Pacific Ocean. So if the next owner really gets tired of being in his gorgeous house, all he has to do is go outside to enjoy the beauty of Southern California. It can be pretty hard to sit in the office and work while someone cooks lunch or dinner in the wonderful kitchen downstairs. With 6,800 square feet, finding space will never be a problem. However, with 5 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms, it can be hard to turn down all the friends and family who want to stay with you. The kids will definitely want to come over on game day to enjoy a nice game of football or a video game between halves. Just because the refrigerator advertises the silver bullet doesn't mean you can't fill it with better beer. As beautiful as the bed in the master bedroom looks, it will be tempting to curl up with a roll up on that stunning rug in front of the window from time to time. That is, provided Hemsworth doesn't try to take it with him after the sale is over. Not a bad place to enjoy a cup of coffee every morning, right? Hemsworth hopes to make $1.7 million on the place. He bought it for $4,800,000. If working out in the gym he made out for a 3-car garage helps you become tall, it's worth it. Hemsworth is primarily known for his work in the Thor series and the Avengers movies. Fans will recognize his wife as Elena Neves from the last 3 Fast and Furious movies. Chris Hemsworth was born under a special star for super hot people who are also talented, apparently sweet and family-oriented. Or maybe there's just something in the water in Australia, because most of the actors who come out of the ground below seem to have these qualities. Whatever the reason, Mr. Hemsworth's worth in Hollywood has grown exponentially over the past few years. From his starring role in the Thor to his roles in the Avengers, Chris Hemsworth has established himself as an action star, heartthrob, and a truly talented actor. It's a winning combination that will likely work with him for years to come. One of his newer roles is as a father. In May 2012, he and his wife had a daughter. Shortly before the pregnancy, they purchased an Acura MDX. The Acura MDX debuted in 2001 and was the first crossover SUV with a 3rd row of seats. The 5-door SUV has a 3.7-liter 24-valve SOHC V6 VTEC engine, and the body uses Honda Advanced Compatibility Engineering technology, which can absorb crash energy. It can accelerate from 0 to 60 in 6.5 seconds, has Honda's super handling all-wheel drive system, and can tow up to 6,000 pounds. The car weighs just over 4,500 pounds and currently sells between $43,000 to $55,000. These cars were featured in the movie The Avengers, and Mr. Hemsworth came to the premiere in the 2013 model. Whether he was able to take the new car home remains to be seen. What do you think?